Grab a strap if you have it, or a dog leash, and a block today. So come to hands and knees, tabletop, and then have your front ribs draw down toward your navel so this hammock in your low back disappears. And then extend your right leg back, press down into the ball of the foot, spread the toes wide, and then press back through your right heel. So we're getting into the calf muscle, stretching the foot. You might even feel this up into the hammies. Just breathe. Good, and then bring your right knee forward. Extend your left leg back, spread your toes laterally, press down into the ball of the foot, and then press back through your left heel. Don't overdo it. You're just looking for a deep stretch, but not like to your max, to 100%. We need some place to go, and we don't want to overstretch, pull any muscles. Good, and then bring your left knee back. Take your block, set it probably on the lowest setting or just a thick book, and then take your right foot up on the block. Slide your left knee back, and then you could take both hands inside your left foot if you hug your right knee into the midline. You might stay here. You could even have your hands on a block up here. Otherwise, take both forearms on to the top of the thigh. You could also, of course, have a blanket underneath the back knee. Scoot your back knee back so you're not right on the kneecap. You're trying to be at the bottom of your left thigh. So if you draw your tailbone down just a smidge, you'll feel the front of the hip stretch even more. Keep your back toes tucked, keep your hips square. And then just breathe here. Good, and then take your right hand to the back of the pelvis. You can take your left arm, slide it across the right thigh, and then twist. You might take this left side of your front of your left hip in to the midline a touch. If your left hand is down here, you're just taking your right hand to your right knee and finding the twist. Good. And then come back to hands and knees. Maybe you notice one side's a little bit looser or stretched. And then take your left foot up on the block. Of course, if the block is not working for you, remove it. You're still going to feel a stretch. Right knee slides back, tucking back toes. And then you're either down here, both hands inside the front foot, and you're hugging your left knee in, and you're leaning forward, or the arms cross here. Breathe, let the hips dip, pelvis nice and heavy. Good, and then slide the left hand back. You might touch the back of the pelvis. Right forearm can slide over the thigh. Keep your spine tall, take a twist. Or you might have the right hand down and twist. And then shift forward, come off the block. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab the blocks just in case you need them too. And you'll step your right leg forward so your right heel is pressing down into your mat. And then you can either walk your hands forward or they're on blocks. Left knee slides back again, and you take half splits. So actually, let's keep the left hip stacked over the left knee for this one. Toes are tucked, right leg is straight. Flex the toes toward your body and then shift your hips back from here. So you might be like, oh, well, let's say this. If your hands are down and you're really rounding, I want you to come up to blocks. Shoulders line up over wrists. Right hip presses down a touch. Flex your foot and then point it. Flex, point. Stay, breathe. Stay here, or you'll add more now. So then you can shift your left knee back even more. Straighten your right leg. Maybe come in to some kind of version of splits. Breathe. Pressing through the big toe mound, peeling the pinky toe back. And then switch. So half splits to start. Left heel forward, back toes tucked, hips stack over your right knee. And then hinging at your hips. So remember, if you're really rounding here, I would just stay a little bit more upright to keep your alignment in check. And then you'll scooch your hips back. Your left hip shifts down. You can play with pointing and flexing the foot. And then you'll stay and continue to stretch and enjoy, or slide your right knee back more. Left heel slides forward. Hands can be on blocks. Front splits. Outer left hip shifts back. Spine is tall. Good. And then slowly come on out. Take the blocks forward. Grab your strap. Come onto your back. Actually, grab a block still if you have it. And just bring it back with you. Okay, so both feet are rooted down. Right knee draws into the chest. Loop the strap around the right foot. And then you can just wrap the strap around your hands. Press up through the big toe mound. Pull down through the pinky toe. Roll your sits bones forward so you have a little arch in your low back. And then maybe extend your left leg. You can take your right thumb into your right hip crease and press it forward. And draw the right leg back. Take both sides of the strap into the left hand and then just let the right leg cross over the left a touch. You're not coming into a full twist, but you're feeling now a stretch on the outer right hip, maybe a little on the IT band. And then come back up. Now from here, bend your left knee and place your left foot on the ground. Remove the strap and take reclined figure four, reclined pigeon. Roll your sits bones forward. You still have an arch in the low back, and then flex the toes toward your knee. If you want more, reach through the gap, grab behind the thigh, and then just let this left leg hang out. Tuck your chin a touch. And if your head is lifted, you could always slide a block underneath. Rock a little side to side. And then release. Okay, notice the difference between the sides. So take both legs long. I love that. Okay, bend the knees, both feet root down. Left knee draws into the chest. Loop the strap around, straighten your leg, and then wrap the strap around your hands. You can lift your hips up a little bit, and then it's like your pubic bone goes straight forward. Take your left thumb into your left hip crease, press forward, and then straighten the right leg. Draw the shape toward your chest. Good. Take both sides of the strap in the right hand, cross the leg over to the right a touch. Breathe. And then bring that back. Bend your right knee. Release the strap. Cross the left ankle over your right thigh. Roll your sit bones forward. And then reach to the gap. Draw the shape to the chest. Rock and roll a little side to side. And then come back. Okay, last couple things. Grab your block, root down into the feet, and lift your hips up. Take the block underneath your sacrum. So that's part, of your pelvis here. It's not on the lumbar spine. And then take your right leg, extend it forward, and slowly lower your heel down. Take your left knee up, straighten your left leg, and slowly lower the leg down. So if this feels like too much, this is just opening here, a little back bend, you can always do one knee at a time, or bend one knee at a time. Maybe that'll help. Or take the block to a lower setting. And then you can cactus out the arms, let the feet turn out if you want, and breathe. Bend your knees, bring your feet back down to the mat, remove the block, bring your feet together, soles of feet together, knees wide. You can take one hand to belly, one hand to heart. Settle in. Just find complete stillness for 5 rounds of breath. And then bring your knees together. Bring them to the chest, grab behind the thighs, come on up to a seat. Close your eyes. And just notice what taking just a few minutes to yourself feels like. Letting your body stretch. Calm down. Palms in front of the heart. Namaste.